A common assumption is that designing an app is essentially graphic design for screens, a process of picking a sleek font, dropping in some neon accents, and ensuring the layout looks gorgeous. But we can bypass weeks of theory and jump straight to the moment of truth in an agile design sprint. Let's look at day 18. By day 18, the team has a visually flawless, highly polished prototype. This is the exact moment they hand that pristine design over to a real, unpredictable human user for the very first time. Within seconds, the design often begins to fail. You see frantic swiping. The user gets lost in the navigation and entirely misses the primary checkout function right in front of them. In the tech industry, focusing exclusively on these aesthetics is often dismissed as cake decorating. It's an attempt to build a beautiful exterior without providing any structural integrity underneath. That exterior is the user interface, or UI. It acts as the visual gateway, the specific colors, typography, and layout hierarchy that draw the eye. But sitting underneath that is the user experience, or UX. This is the invisible psychological architecture, the logic that dictates human behavior and maps out exactly how a person flows through the product. A pixel-perfect interface remains useless if the underlying experience fails the fundamental test of human usability. To avoid a day 18 disaster, we have to rewind to the actual starting line of the sprint, day 1. On day 1, the design process begins with a strict constraint: 0 colors, 0 typography, and no visual flair. Instead, designers build the information architecture. They research user personas, analyze human psychology, and sketch out basic use case diagrams to define what the user is actually trying to achieve. This early prototype for a video streaming app called Streamy shows this invisible logic in action. There is no styling here, just a clear hierarchy of functions. The designers are mapping out core pathways, like settings, payment, and help. The goal is for a user to instinctively know where to tap long before anyone decides what shape the buttons should be. UI only steps in after that logic is cemented. Colors and typography are then applied specifically to guide the user's eye naturally through that pre-built architecture. Successful digital products are engineerically inside out, prioritizing human psychology as the foundation for the aesthetics. When we return to day 18, the focus shifts from theoretical design planning to empirical data collection. To see how critical this phase is, look at an experiment published by SciRep. Researchers used Figma prototypes to test how different color schemes directly impacted a user's reading comprehension and browsing speed. The test parameters required participants to scan 25 paragraphs of text and speak out loud whenever they spotted the names of random animals hidden in the blocks of text. The data revealed a massive anomaly. On the yellowish-gray pages, users took an agonizing 13.5 seconds to locate each hidden animal. Post-session interviews added a qualitative layer. Participants universally described the standard pure white page as their least favorite experience. These are usability hurdles that cannot be predicted by looking at a static canvas. Designers must actively observe and measure real human friction to know if their work functions. This ability to gather and act on objective user data is the primary trait tech employers look for when hiring new designers. Hiring managers in the tech industry are rarely impressed by a portfolio filled exclusively with shiny, high-fidelity mock-ups. They demand to see the unpolished, messy middle of the creative process instead. They want to see the raw problem-solving logic, structural wireframes, failed sketches, and boards covered in sticky notes showing how an idea evolved. Employers specifically look for evidence of how a designer reacted, adapted, and pivoted their work after a day 18 user test revealed a flaw in their original logic. The role of the modern digital designer has shifted from an isolated artist into a continuously learning, empathetic problem solver. The value of a design is defined by its life in the hands of the user, by how well it survives, adapts,